How Logan Paul destroyed his reputation. When Logan Paul first began his career in digital media, he started by making vines and videos in which he disturbed and annoyed people in public places. His goal was to attract the attention of others to build a significant following, regardless of how he was perceived. However, this is not something that all people considered to be humorous. In fact, the vast majority of people thought it might be immature, which is another reason why he gained a number of haters. Later, the audience was able to see more of Logan in a variety of formats, ranging from short video postings to lengthy YouTube videos. This made him a well-known content creator, considering the vast number of people who use YouTube. This platform transition also meant that he needed to change the style of his content. Because of Logan's YouTube vlogs, his ego was brought to the surface, especially when most content on his channel was entirely focused on him and his life. At times, when he flaunted how rich he was, people had negative perceptions rather than feeling inspired. However, when viewed from a different perspective, the hatred that Logan has received is really advantageous to his channel. It even grew tremendously despite the hatred that was directed upon it, even to the point of having other content creators mimic his work or give reactions and comments about how much they despise him. But you might be wondering how it started to escalate. Early in his career, Logan firmly established himself as the Paul sibling who presented the least amount of haters. That was until January 2018, where he was subject to a barrage of criticism after filming what appeared to be a dead body while exploring the Akagara forest in Japan. He then uploaded the video to his channel, where it was viewed by millions, and figure the video got 6.3 million views in just a day. As a result, he received a great deal of negative attention and backlash. The video that is now often referred to as the Suicide Forest video has become embedded in the lore of YouTube and is widely regarded as one of the most disastrous influencer stunts in YouTube history. It was a big setback for Paul's career, which had only been heading in the right direction up until that point. He also lost several deals with sponsors and advertisers, as well as a YouTube show that was scheduled to air. Not only did it damage Paul's reputation in the public eye, but it also gave credence to the notion held by individuals who were not part of the YouTube community, that the website was populated by irresponsible and careless teenagers, who were only interested in fame and nothing else. Luckily for Logan Paul, he realized that when you hit rock bottom, there is no other way but up. He offered an apology on YouTube, which is to date the most viewed on his channel, with over 61 million views. By not trying to avoid the criticism that he was getting, Paul was able to bypass some of its effects. He took a short break of approximately a month, but otherwise remained active, participating in interviews and giving the impression that he was determined to move on from the chaos he had caused. He immersed himself into new projects, such as a documentary on the events that took place in Japan, with the intention of donating the entire amount of money raised to organizations that work to prevent suicide. In addition to this, he began participating in combat sports and hosting a podcast, both of which would attract entirely new demographics. It is possible that his amateur boxing battle versus KSI in August 2018 was the most successful YouTube and traditional media crossover event ever. As a result, both stars earned millions of dollars and renown in the mainstream media. The fact that Logan was, for a while, the man who all people across the world despise most, served as a wake-up call for him. He came to the realization at some point along the way that the best way to go on is not to make an effort to forget your past, but rather to gain wisdom from it. Paul has never made an attempt to totally forget the events of his past. He brings it up now and again whenever he hears about someone else in the online community being cancelled, or if he observes a younger creative making mistakes that are comparable to his own. Despite doing his best, Logan is in no way a role model to look up to. But on the other hand, he now has an older fan base and a desire to speak out on significant social issues. So he is headed in the right direction. Now he creates viral videos that are lighter in tone and focus on Pokemon trading cards and his career in boxing. As his song in 2020 points out, he managed to get through with the entirety of the previous year without getting involved in any major controversy. Back when Logan was striving for fame and fortune, it would have been difficult to believe something like that. In life, success is never sweet without experiencing the bitterness of failure. Luckily for Logan, he recognized his mistake and learned from it. Perhaps Logan was right when he said, "I essentially became the architect of my own destruction."
Biggest lesson that you think will transform not only your business, your brand, your empire, but also your life?
I think empathy. I think being aware of people beyond just yourself.